All right, guys, so this is the 2017 Chevy ecotec motor and the Cruze. It's a little bit different than the ones you see here on YouTube, so I'm going to show you guys a few things. So, first of all, we have here the harmonic balancer. This does not just pull off the vehicle like a lot of these other videos you see out here for the 1.4. There are a couple of videos online that shows you a special tool that inserts under here in 3 ways, and it pulls it out through this piece right here. That tool is almost 200 bucks on Amazon at the cheapest, and they range all the way up to 400 and some change if you find one. We ordered one and it was wrong. It was like a $40 one, but it's for the LS motors. We're keeping it. Yeah, it's this guy right here. So let me tell you, first of all, if you see this and you're thinking about pulling apart this crank harmonic balancer with this tool right here, you can just scratch that out of your head. It's too big. It does not fit in the grooves, right? It will not go in the grooves. You can get one under there. You see that? It's supposed to go under like that, all 3 of them, but you cannot get this thing to fit. It's too big. So that was an issue. Any of these little $40 joints that you see, don't even think about it. It don't work. So this is what we ended up doing. Well, this is what I ended up doing. I saw on YouTube some dude built some little thingy like this right here. And let me tell you, that didn't work worth the squat. It just kept pulling off. So I don't know what the heck he did, but that didn't work for me, right? All right, yeah. Ultimately, this is what we ended up using. I took this guy right here, and since this is a donor engine that I just need the cover off of right now, I did this. So as you can see here, it kind of grips the edge of this guy. And I'm not saying that this is gonna work 100% of the time, but it happened to work for me. Just make sure you got it on that thick lip right there on the end. And once I got that in there and put a socket in the hole right here to cover up this guy, you know, just something to flush up on here, but not bigger than it. I took a gun and began to pop, 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 hit it, and it slowly came off. Now with this valve, with this timing cover, there's a bunch of 10mm bolts, look like this. All of those have to come off from all around here. There's 3 on the oil pan that needs to come off from up under here, right? And then you got the whole cover that has to come off. But to get that cover off, you need to pull the injectors out. The injectors are on a funky type of rail that's set up like this. Look at that guy right there. Yeah, so snatch all those tins off, get that big bolt off of the fuel line in the back from there, and snatch all of the bolts off the top, take a pry bar, pull up. Everything is pretty much how they say it goes for the other engines. So you can find that on YouTube. But yeah, this was the pain in the butt. It was that harmonic balancer. It does come off. You can get it off there with just this tool right here, 3-jaw pulley. But make sure it's this kind of 3-jaw pulley and not one of these 3-jaw pulleys, because this don't quite cut the mustard. All right. Anyways, you know, I had to make this video because I just don't see one out there for it. And yeah, it's kind of a beast of burden to spend 200 to 400 bucks on a harmonic balancer that you probably never use the tool again, because we don't really have to pull these balancers too bad. Now I'm going to show you what happened to this motor over here and why we're doing this repair. For some reason, this is the timing cover off the other one. For some reason, Chevy decided to put the alternator bolts in the timing cover, and you see how thin the timing cover is already. So it's not really big, right? And this bolt hole is actually a small bolt hole. It's very, very small, and I don't know why, but this is the second engine this year that the alternator has the alternator fell off of and ends up in the back here. See if I get you some light. So let's see, we were gonna try and tap them out, but this thing is too tight to get into. But you see that right there? Alternator fell sitting on the side of CV axle. Don't worry, we cut the power to the car already. And the bolts get stuck inside of there and it's cracked. Same thing for the bottom one. You see that? It's stuck all the way in there. And apparently it's done that before and somebody patched it up because yeah, that looks like somebody put some bonding agent or JB Weld or something in there, and this is cracked as well, so it's not gonna work. They're asking, can we just patch it up? And I guess that's what they asked the last people, so we're gonna do it the best we can. We could tap these out, of course, but it's already compromised metal, and there's a split on the side right here already in the timing cover, so we're just going to change it out to give it as much support as we possibly can and try and drill that hole out and tap it in the back and throw another bolt in there. But yeah, this motor is different from the other ones, if you can't tell already. I mean, it doesn't even have the holes, the plates in the front cover like some of these older ones that you're looking at here on YouTube. So if you're looking at how to get that harmonic balancer off of there, best thing I can tell you is the way it worked for us here at Help on the Way. Yeah, we just got this guy on there, and that tended to work. Just be careful pulling it so you don't break that harmonic balancer. Take your time, see if it pulls, and go from there. All right. Trucking.